This is Alma Verfolkt, fated sorceress of 5-point strike and chosen of Vitune. Last time, on this Utharian thread.
The real question is how would unagi made from dragon eels taste?
Like a
That's
good
not-
spicy meatball.
Spicy. Spicy.
No, I don't want that. Oh, no.
It'll taste a little bit like
Okay.
Pop Rocks, but like in a good way.
At that moment, as it sort of skids to a halt just short of the ensnared one, the ensnared one manages to make its save, and it stretches its muscles and pops open the vines that are holding it at almost the same moment that the initial eel breaks free of the web. And all three of them are screaming, 2 of them in anger, 1 of them in fear. So we're going to go around in order. I'm not going to have anybody roll initiative because we're just going to take turns here. What I want everybody to do is go ahead and roll 3 d20s with, either your attack, your spell modifier, whatever sort of thing you want to do, your best skill, however you want to do that. And then when we come to you, use those rolls to tell me more or less what you do and how you do it.
I rolled terribly.
Or what you try to do and don't quite manage.
Exactly.
How close are these eels to the boats?
They are probably within 15 feet.
Okay.
So they are within, for the most part, you can assume that they will be moving towards you quickly enough that if you need to do something or want to do something in melee range, that is doable. And I'm just going to go around. We're going to start with the second boat, which we'll start with Shifra and Sosis. Shifra, why don't you go first? Tell us what it is you are going to do and how you pull it off. Or don't, as the case may be.
Give me 1 second. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So basically she's just going to row as fast and as hard as she can.
Okay, just trying to make some space.
Yeah, trying to get as much distance as possible.
Okay. And how did you roll?
So assuming we're going off athletics, 22, 18, and a 6.
Okay. So you make some pretty good motion of getting that boat moving forward and getting much closer to the gateway than you had been before. Cirxus, what are you doing? You are muted, however.
Never mind. As the boat is moving away, how far are we now from the eels?
I'll give you, let's say, 35, 40 feet, unless you need it to be a little bit different.
That's fine. I'm going to, from pulling back many folds of my coats, reach in and grab my crossbow and fire off 2, 3 shots, or attempt to. I guess in a turn I can fire off 2, and so attempt to hit one eel and then the other. And I got an 18, a 16, and a 5.
So we'll assume you can score 2 hits with those. So are you aiming at the same one, or are you trying to put one in different ones?
I'm trying to put one. Trying to put one in different ones.
Okay. So yeah, you can easily put a bolt in either one. Are they magical? Or are they just normal crossbow bolts? Are you doing anything extra with them?
Yeah, actually. So on the tip of each crossbow bolt, one little spectral rat crawls out onto it, And so after I hit each of the eels, they each take an additional, I think 1d6 piercing damage. Yeah, 1d6 each.
So as the little spectral rats are helping out with your crossbow bolts, you notice that each of them does the little cartoony like skeleton inside when they grab it that happens when you get electrocuted. Like they don't seem to be in pain. It's just that sort of shock of like, oh, that was electrified. Good to know. But they don't seem harmed in any way. That just seems to be their way of letting you know this is maybe not something you want to grab.
Very, very fair. Okay, cool. Do you need me to roll damage for those?
Nope. We'll be good. All right. And now we're going to go over to the other boat. Actually, we'll take Calamash since he's kind of a floater between the two. No pun intended. What are you doing?
So initially, as he's realizing that he can see himself now, I think he just yells at V. Is your thing not working anymore? That's very bad.
Magic.
Hey. And he sort of like and sort of floats over to the one that I guess broke out of the web, and will once again attempt to thwackety thwack. And the highest that I rolled is a 16, I think. Yep. Nope, wrong. It's a 6, so the highest I rolled is a 13. Go me. Not 2,
Okay.
not 4, not 6. So at least they're all even numbers.
Hey, you got to take the wins you can get.
Right.
So describe for me how Calamash gets close but not quite hitting the beast.
I think like you probably saw his violent escapade on partner numero tres, and it sort of like extends and sort of moves out of the way, so we just see like this like splash of water as it's like, stop moving and let me hit you.
Okay. Grutha, what are you up to for yours?
Grutha has her longsword out and is swinging at anything that comes within range. We have a 18, a 13, and a 28.
That's good for at least 2 hits.
And she would spice it up as much as she could.
Is she using like maneuvers? What is she? Or is she using smites?
She would smite.
Okay. What does her smite look like?
It looks like a I don't know. I always picture it as this anime style where it leaves us a smoky, radiant trail behind the weapon.
Okay. So as Grutha's sword impacts into this eel as it comes close to the boat, you can feel the electricity of these beasts try to leap up your sword to shock you in damage, but the force of your smite literally reverses that energy, and the radiant energy that casts through as the sword swings through and impacts races down the sword, almost seems to gather up the cracklings of electricity and shoves all of that power into the eel, making it convulse with that kind of damage as it screams in its rage of having this happen to it. V, what are you up to?
Besides rowing as fast as possible, perhaps.
I think at this point, one of the oars is absolutely just given to our princess, and are all of the eels kind of just around the two of
Mhm.
us equally, pretty much?
Pretty much.
Okay. V is gonna kind of look at the absolute chaos that is surrounded. Is going to look towards Fiad, who's not here. Um, is going to just toss the other oar to them and say, I hope you're strong. Also, just forget that. Just pretend that this didn't happen. And I'm going to turn back, and as I turn, my body begins to shift and to change. The skin starts to turn gray and get super sunken in. And there's this kind of strange elongation of just the entire body. Think like Slenderman.
Nope.
But you don't have to, but that's what's in the boat now.
Nope.
And there's this kind of strange black mist coming off of them as I take on my form of dread, which has a couple things that happens. So this is a bonus action. So I'm going to do this and then something else. But let's see. I'm spooky. That's what's happening right now. But after I do this, I'm going to reach a hand forward and cast some Eldritch Blast, basically coalescing all this misty black energy into their hand and just firing it from their fingertips. And I got a 17 and an 18 and a 4.
Well, at least 2 of those are going to hit.
Great. Well, the four is a +7. If it's a 13, technically. Well, 11. That's a lie. It's 11. I can count. Math. I got math. We're good. Okay, so 2 of them hit. Great. 7 whole damage. But the important part is because of my form of dread, and they were hit with it. Whoever got hit with it needs to make a wisdom saving throw. DC 15.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
Great. They're frightened of me until the end of
Okay.
my next turn.
All right.
As they should be.
Rightfully so. All
Ruth
right.
is frightened of you.
Great. You can willingly be frightened of me.
That's a free action.
Oh, and I get temp HP, but who cares about that? Me. Only me. Just me.
All right, Fia.
Yay. Okay. I don't actually think I need to make a roll for this one. Let me bring up my sheet just to make sure I'm not being a silly goose.
If you didn't catch it, you are now holding both oars. I gave you mine.
Oh crap. All right.
I got busy being spooky.
Okay, well I take I mean I'm down for you being spooky. Spooky away, my friend. I'm doing shoot, where did it go? Yeah, Hunter Sense. So it's just choose a creature that I can see, and then I can learn immediately whether it has any immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities, and what they are. So
These
we be doing
creatures are
better?
immune to lightning. They are immune to paralysis and immune to being knocked prone.
Okay, well, I pass on the message, and I guess
Do you want to row? Do you want to try and shoot at them? What are you thinking?
I look at the new dread friend that I have over here, and I go, row or shoot. I don't know how to help at this point.
There
Just one word.
There's a kind of a strange like turn back towards you with this just absolutely ghastly, haunted looking face, still just blank white eyes.
Oh yeah, no, you're horrifying.
Yeah, and they kind of wheeze out, "We should go."
Okay, then I just keep rowing like a motherfucker.
Okay.
If it helps, princess, you just got out of bed. You have no weapons.
Oh yeah, that's true. Normally I don't have. Oh, boo. Okay. Row,
All
row,
right.
row your boat.
But not
We can
gently.
provide
Gently.
some, but
Not
I don't
gently.
think we have at this point.
Yeah.
Boo.
So we have managed to get the boats much closer to the gate at this point. One of the eels is spooked and is fleeing off to the west. The other two, however, are absolutely going to try and sink some of these boats.
No.
The closest one to Shifra and Soxus's boat will lunge up and out of the water and crashes down into the center of the boat with its massive jaw sort of coming through and swinging. Ooh, that's a 25. So yeah, that will probably hit the boat. Why can't I ever roll this good when it matters? 26 damage. All right.
It does matter.
I think that does kind of
It
a little
feels
bit.
like it matters to me.
We can't die in session 1.
Okay, to be
Wait,
fair,
with my zoom again.
I would like to use my reaction.
Okay.
I am going to use my interception fighting style,
Okay.
and I can basically I'm going to parry away some of the force with one of the oars, and so that's reduced by 13 damage.
Okay. All right, that's good.
Are we hit at all by the eel, or it's just the boat?
It's going for the boat itself as opposed to you. Although, Shifra, you are going to take 9 lightning damage as the oar connects you to the beast and completes that circuit.
I don't care.
It will then follow up its big bite as it takes a chunk out of the boat itself with its tail to try and finish off, essentially carving the boat in half. Does anyone have a reaction they would like to do before it does the damage in that regard?
Doesn't look like a missile for me to deflect, sir.
Yeah,
No,
if I'm
not
doing the
really.
damage, there's nothing I can do.
I did my one. I'm sorry.
Oh, you did great.
So the tail comes through for another 27 points of damage.
Jesus Christ.
And while the boat does not take any of the lightning damage, neither will its occupants, but Shifra and Sosis are now on 2 separate half boats.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
no.
I see.
Oh, that's amazing.
Neither of which
This
is,
is a problem.
strictly speaking, seaworthy.
Not for long.
Strictly
for sure.
speaking.
Strictly.
The other eel will attempt to do the same thing to V, Fia, and Grutha's boat.
Actually, speaking of reactions, a question strike.
Mm-hmm.
Because the one that I attacked that I did so wonderfully at,
Mm-hmm.
does it move out of my threat range to do so?
Yeah, I'll give you an attack of opportunity. If you want.
Yeah, he'll just say, "I'm not done with you," and what I did. That's a 19 to hit.
That'll work.
Excellent. And let's go ahead and burn another key point and give me another con save, sir. Oh, I rolled terribly.
That is once in which I don't roll terribly. It got a 17 on that one.
That is a success, buddy. You take 6 points of slashing damage on the way
Okay.
up.
All right. And you will take 8 lightning damage as your staff completes the circuit with the beast's hide.
Oh, that's fun. As it electrifies, he essentially retorts by essentially the taking his claw into the creature, and is going to use his hand of harm ability to as we all see this yellowish, gross, necrotic force exit come out of his body as he screams bloody murder, so to speak, and add another 7 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. The eels are obviously wounded and struggling. The second eel manages to take a good chunk out of the Grutha and Fia's boat, although not as successfully as his counterpart did. But both boats are now definitely taking on water. So the question then becomes, do you try to make for the nearest land, which is doable, and before the ship collapses, at least for V, Grutha, and Fia? Do you make for land, or do you make for the gate?
How close are we to the gate?
You are basically right about here.
Oh,
So you are right by land. You are a little further from the gate. You could assuming that the eels do not do anything else to your boat, you can make it to the gate before you capsize and make it out. But you'll basically be giving the eels another shot at the boat. Or you can try and make it to land, which is much more assured, but then you've landed, you don't necessarily have a boat, and the eels are still a problem.
Shit.
Meanwhile, Shifra and Soxus, your choices are somewhat more limited. You can try and make it to the other boat and swim over, or you can try and swim for land. But unfortunately, neither half of your boat is quite good enough to Jack Sparrow your way into dock.
What if, since I do have a ranged weapon, could I, as was mentioned in the chat eons ago, could I potentially shoot an arrow at the boat with a rope and try to jet ski my way in, attached to the other boat?
Sure. I'll give you that one.
Okay.
Give me an attack roll.
Cool. That's pretty good.
Feels like there's a heavy asterisk at the end of "I'll give you that one." Asterisk because that's so much worse.
What if the roll was a 23 though?
That'll work. You've got a rope attached to the slightly better conditioned boat.
Great. Okay. And I'm just holding on for dear life now.
Okay. Shifra, what are you going to do?
Probably look at Silxus, look back at the group. How far am I from shore?
You are within movement speed of shore, so I'd put you within 15 to 20 feet of shore, so a decent swim check will get you there.
Okay.
We made no progress.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to try and stall this dragon eel.
Okay. So with that, I will let you basically take one of the eels out of the combat. But in so doing, it is almost certainly going to end up drowning.
To be fair, I can Misty Step.
That's true.
So I would like to Misty Step if I am in any way.
Last second Misty Step?
Yeah.
Okay.
It just might work.
It just might. You've got enough hit points. You can probably make it through that. All right. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. I'm good at those. 25.
Okay. So Shifra basically lunges out of her half of the sinking boat, grabs hold of one of the dragon eels, and starts wrestling with this thing in the water. And she will disappear into the water along with that eel, taking it out of the fight. The eel that is frightened will cease being frightened, I think, at the beginning of your next turn, V? Is that?
The end of my turn.
End of your turn. Okay. So it will be frightened long enough for it to realize that it has abandoned its duty and it does not want to be anywhere near where it's supposed to be when somebody figures that out, because that's a worse fate than anything these adventurers can do to it. So it's going to keep going west. With any luck, by the time anybody figures out that it's kind of AWOL, nobody will care. It'll be fine. So that leaves the dragon eel that is working on the boat that is still more or less upright. V, Grutha, Fia, are you headed for shore? Are you headed for the gate?
Would the range of that Misty Step be able to get her to the gate if we made it there?
No, it'll get her to shore, but it won't get her to the gate.
Balls.
Dimension door, yes. Misty Step, not so much.
Well, you should have made us more powerful so we could have dimension door.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
missed opportunity.
Don't worry about me. I'll figure it out.
My ass. Land.
Yeah. That's what these kind of.
Well, Fia has the oars, so
Yeah.
That's true.
That is
All right.
Grutha has longsword and is whatever
All right.
comes in range.
We're not leaving her unless somebody takes these oars away from me.
Okay, so to the shore you go. Silchsis, are you trying to like catch up to the boat? Like, are you
I'm
reeling
pulling
yourself
the
in?
rope. I'm
Okay.
pulling the Silksis is one of the few people that I might consider a friend, kind of.
Yeah.
So I'm
Hell yeah.
close enough. So I'm pulling the rope to try to get them out of the water that has bad eels in it.
And if we're arcing around, like, you could probably get more. Thank you, Miko. You can probably get more of the slack up faster too.
All right.
Well,
so
Lynn is not a strong person, but boy howdy does adrenaline do some things.
Yeah.
it sure does.
And I'm screaming the whole time because I don't think I've ever seen you in your form of dread before, and I
No one has.
Nope.
Or yeah, it's not great. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it has not been a great day for anybody here. It's
No.
it's definitely been a rough one. So the boat will sort of collide with the shore as Fia ably directs it there, and it runs around. There's probably 3 or 4 inches of water in the bottom of the boat at this point. So how much longer it would have gotten is kind of debatable. The eel, however, is going to try and take a bite out of Silchsis, being the morsel that is sort of left behind.
No.
It just likes coats for some reason. It's his favorite enemy.
Wow, that's a
There's
19
less
for
snacks
a
in there, so.
31.
Jesus Christ. Miss.
Shockingly, that might hit me. Now that hits. We don't do
And
the
that
if it's
is
double your AC kind of penalty, do we? 'Cause-
no.
I've never heard of that. That's
That sounds
terrifying.
awful. Why
That
would
sounds
anyone
really
want to do that?
scary.
It is 31 piercing damage and 4 lightning damage.
Oh my god.
Okay, here's the great part.
Tell me, what could be the great part about this? Yes, please.
Actually, two great things. One, doesn't kill me. Second,
Great.
I'll
good.
use
That's
my
good. That's good.
reaction to absorb elements.
Yeah.
And so I will capture the lightning and store it. I don't know. It
Okay.
doesn't say how much. Does it? It says
By
1d6.
half. It's by half.
By half?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you have the damage, and then you can do an extra 1d6 on an attack.
Right.
Perfect. Okay.
All right.
Great.
So
I'm
only 2
live.
points of lightning damage. All right, and then it gets its second attack.
That was such a GM move for sure. Ah, yes. And now you feel safe. And now 5 seconds later, you're not.
Congratulations. And then
So the dragon eel takes a bite out of Silpsis and then whirls around its tail in a similar motion with a dirty 20 to hit.
Jesus. Okay.
Wait, did just alligator death roll?
And that is 34 piercing.
Oh.
How
And
close
yeah,
is Celsius by then?
Silpsis will put her 10 feet out from the boat.
Okay.
Almost 6 feet under.
Not close enough for protection.
Will?
You know
Then
what?
I'm-
Let's put her 5 feet in and get her close enough for protection, Rutha.
Okay. So my reaction, that's now disadvantage.
Oh,
All right.
roll that bad boy
Oh.
again.
Beautiful, beautiful lady.
Oh my god.
All right, so the second roll was a natural 20.
I think I'm fucking close it was. Oh my god. Well, at least you don't get the credit.
at least there's not that.
At least it's not that. Okay.
So it's a wasted crit. We could take it.
Yay.
Crit's wasted.
I remember Shrike when you were like, man, I wish I could roll well when it mattered. Shut up.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think we want to mulligan this
hell up.
session.
I think you'll be okay. I think you'll be
So
okay.
I believe, Silpsis, that'll put you unconscious, yes?
Yeah. I believe
Okay.
Okay,
so.
that's fine. You're fine. No, you're fine. Don't worry.
Yes,
Don't worry
yes,
about it. Don't.
yeah,
You're fine. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, totally. Cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, great.
Don't worry about it. I got you.
V, you've got the other end of that rope. I'm
sure
going to
do.
assume that Silpsis tied it around her in some way rather than just holding on to it, so that that way we don't have to worry about that problem.
Great. Great.
Other problems to worry about
Excellent.
anyway.
Great.
Okay. So, I'm going to cast magic. I'm going to cast a healing word at my basically friend Silxus.
Scariest healing word she's ever gotten.
100%. Actually, the form of dread would drop at this moment.
Okay.
And up until this point, I think you've seen that Valin has been a little flustered, but not. It doesn't necessarily read as panicked or afraid or anything. As soon as there is a person who looks to be on the brink of death, the form of dread, the scary face drops, and Valin, their face, is actually panicked. So they're going to, as they're pulling with one hand as hard as they possibly can, cast Healing Word to give you a bit of something. Which is going to equal 7 points back to you.
Hey, that's consciousness.
Hey, that's consciousness, isn't? Hey, baby, let's go.
Let's go.
And then as would you allow a action spell as well? I don't remember how this works. Bonus action was a first level spell. Would you allow me to cast a second level spell? As an
You can do
action?
it. So you can do a cantrip as an action.
Cantrip. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to look at this thing, this big old eely grossness, and move the hand that had produced this healing magic towards it, and just kind of cock my wrist a little bit as if I'm ringing a bell. And I'm going to cast Toll the Dead on
Get him.
this eel that had chomped so terribly. So they need to make a wisdom saving throw.
All right. What is the DC?
15.
It made it exactly.
OMG.
But I'm going to give you the damage anyway, because
You sure about that?
the way in which your character is embodying the deity patron that you have is so perfect, because it is the deity of life and death, Ogress. It is two sides of the same coin. So you are doing. I'm going to give you the extra +1 on that just for that.
Okay, well that's 2d12 then, because they have taken damage at some point today.
Oh, yeah.
So I rolled a 12 and a 7, so
Nice,
19 points of
dude.
necrotic
Nice.
damage.
Oh.
Very nice.
And I would, assuming I can pull my friend into the boat.
Yeah, that's fine.
Great. I assume I pull you out of the water and then you're conscious, but you were conscious under the water, and that sucks. And I'm sorry about that.
Sorry about that. Food.
I cough up a bunch of water on you, and I'm like, you look so
okay.
scary.
Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? And I'm just shaking you just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you.
Yeah, good. You're welcome. Good. All right, great. I'm gonna help you out of the boat because we're on land now.
And that is where we will end our session for today. Please tune in next time for more adventures in this Utharian thread.